We'll get started. All right, everyone, just want to test and make sure that you can hear me all right. Welcome inside the Virtual Media Center here at the ShopRite LPGA Classic presented by Acer. I am thrilled to be joined by this year's winner, Brooke Henderson. Now, before we open it up, if you have any questions for Brooke and you are on the Zoom call, please let me know in the chat function of this call. When I open it up for questions, I'll be sure to let you know to unmute yourself and to ask. I believe everything is going swimmingly. So with that, Brooke, just a few to start us off. I just want to go through the beginning of this day and the mindset and the emotions you had. You said on the green that you knew you had to make as many birdies as possible. Just what were you feeling as you got to the tee today?
Yeah, I missed a sort of short putt on 18 yesterday, and I was sort of really disappointed. So I was really determined to try to go out and birdie the first hole today, and I was able to do that, which was great. So 1 under through 1, and then was 5 under through the first 9 holes. So that was really exciting. I was climbing the leaderboard. I was getting right up there, and the back 9, I just tried again to give myself a lot of good birdie looks, a lot of great opportunities. Was able to make 2, I guess.
Real quick, Brooke.
Yep.
My apologies. It's muted. Nope, there is no sound at the moment coming through the Zoom. My apologies for the quick. That was a wonderful first answer, though. All right. All right, I'm just going to test here. I believe the sound is back up working. So I believe we are good to go. I will start over here. Welcome inside the Virtual Media Center here at the ShopRite LPGA Classic presented by Acer. Just so everyone knows on this Zoom call, if you have a question for Brooke, when I open it up for questions, I'll be sure to call on you. If you please let me know in the chat function that you have one. But with that, I'd like to get started. I want to talk about the emotions of the day before I throw it to those in the room and also on the Zoom call. Brooke, you said out there on the green that you knew you were going to have to make a bunch of birdies to come back. What were some of the emotions you were feeling getting to the first tee this morning?
Yeah, on 18 yesterday, I missed sort of a short putt for birdie. So I was disappointed and just really determined to try to get it back as quickly as I could today. So I was able to birdie the first hole, which was great, 1 under through 1, and then, 5 under through my first 9 holes. So I was near the top of the leaderboard, and that felt great. And, going into the back 9, I just tried to give myself tons of birdie looks and great opportunities to try to get it further under par and, get 2 birdies on the back, and especially the one on 18. To eventually get into the playoff was really cool. Coming into today, I just was trying to go low and see what happened. I didn't think. I thought the victory was a possibility, but it was there was a lot of really talented players ahead of me, and I was, I think, 4 shots back starting the day. So I knew it was going to take a little bit of magic, and I'm just really happy that I'm sitting here next to the trophy.
You talked about on the green how much you didn't want to put the trophy down, that you had worked really hard for that. Not only has it been a year since your win, but you've been quite comfortable here at the Bay Course for quite some time. Just what are the emotions of just getting that victory here at Seaview?
Yeah, this tournament has been around forever, and it's a really special event. To me, they gave me a sponsor's invite my first year in 2015, so it's always been a really special place for me. And the last few years, I've finished really well. Last year I shot 64 in the final round again, I think, and finished second. So I've been really close, and, just to have my name amongst all the other famous champions that have won this event, it really means a lot. And this course, it's just a lot of fun to play, and there's a lot of birdie opportunities, so I just look forward to it every year. And you mentioned not wanting to put the trophy down. You play so many events, and wins are hard to come by, and whenever you get a victory, it's always really special. And so I just wanted to hold tight to this one, and hopefully get another victory here in the next few weeks, because there's a very busy schedule, and I'm looking forward to competing.
And before I open it up to questions here in the room first, that eagle on 9 really jump-started the rest of your round, because that was the first time you had tied the lead for the day. Just walk me through what that eagle on 9 was like.
Yeah, it was pretty clutch, I guess, looking back now. I hadn't birdied that hole all week, so I was really just trying to, hit 2 solid shots, hit the green in 2, and give myself a eagle look, and it was a very makeable eagle look. And when I got up there, so I was really, excited for that opportunity, and I was able to make that putt, and to go 5 under through the first 9 holes. That really, sort of made a statement, and gave me a lot of momentum going to the back 9.
And of course, you had some time to wait before the playoff, and then that approach shot on 18 on the playoff hole. Just what were some of the feelings as you waited for that playoff, and what were the decisions that led to that incredible shot?
Yeah, it was a bit of a long wait, which makes it tricky. I know I just tried to eat a lot to try to get the energy up, and then I just went to the locker room, just reflected a little bit, knew that, or I was just grateful for the opportunity to go out there, starting the day. If they would have said you're in a playoff to win, I would have been super happy. So I just tried to take that mindset, and with playoffs, you really only have one opportunity, so you kind of have to give it your all and go to win. So I just tried to hit, solid shots, and was able to make eagle there, which is really cool. And, Lindsay, she played great, and all week, and it's just super fun. And I'm just so excited, to get my 11th win, and just a huge thank you to my parents and my sister and to God, for making all this possible. And I'm just really excited moving forward.
With that, if there are any questions for Brooke from the Zoom call, again, please let me know in the chat function so I know to call on you to unmute yourself. But we'll get started first here in the room with Mike.
Brooke, you mentioned how well you played here in the past. I think you were 11th, 6th, and 2nd, so there was really only one place to go this year. I mean, did you come in feeling like you were due to win here, or it would be almost a matter of time before you won here?
Last year I really got a taste of, being in contention and right near the top of the leaderboard. So it left me a little bit hungry coming into this year. And, I was excited when I knew this event was coming up in the schedule. About a month ago I looked and I was like, oh yeah, this is really exciting, because I knew that I did have a great history here. And I feel like this course suits my game really well. So it's fun to just go out and make a bunch of birdies and, be sitting here Sunday afternoon. That's always the goal, and that's the dream, so it just feels great.
Yeah, what is it about the course and your game that sort of matches well together?
All the par 5s are reachable in 2 for me, which I think normally gives a little bit of an advantage, and I love to make birdies, and there's a lot of birdie opportunities out here. And the first 2 days you have to play pretty smart, because the conditions were very firm and it was very windy. So I feel like Britt did a great job of calculating yardage and telling me where exactly to go. My dad too, the night before, strategizing. But then today it played so much differently because of the rain that we had. It was much softer, so you could really attack. And I think that's probably why the scores were a lot lower today, and I'm just happy that I was able to capitalize on it too.
Yeah, the approach on 18 in the playoff. How far out were you, and what did you hit?
I had 193 to the pin. It was a little into the wind, and I knocked down 7 wood. It's the same club I actually hit on 9 that I made eagle there too. So that was that club was definitely working for me today. So I'll have to give it a pat on the head later.
Did you like it right away, or it looked like on TV you kind of had a mixed reaction to it? What was your reaction right away?
Yeah, when I looked up and saw it, I really liked it. I was just hoping that the wind would keep holding it, because I did have a little bit of a draw on it, and so the wind was coming a little bit left to right and into. So fortunately the wind held it there, and it was dead on line.
Yeah, and just what's your reaction when you hit that shot? You put Lindsay in a tough spot. Just what's your reaction when you see how close it is?
Yeah, the goal was to hit the green in 2 and give myself a good eagle opportunity, especially when, she didn't reach the green. I was really trying to, put a little bit of pressure on by hitting the green in 2. So that was good. And then to have it that close and to be able to make the putt and kind of finish in style is kind of fun.
Yeah, and last one for me. I mean, you mentioned the past players, but like Sorensen won, Nancy Lopez, Inkster, Betsy King, Kari Webb, a lot of Hall of Famers have won here. To put your name on that list now, what does that mean?
Yeah, it's incredible. The list of champions here is phenomenal. And so to have my name be a part of that and to be a part of history is really meaningful to me and very special. And even just walking around this hotel, you see the names everywhere and little memorabilia around, and it's it's always fantastic. So I'm just really excited to be a part of history and add my name to that incredible list.
Brooke, when you're one of the best players in the world, but you haven't won in a while, and you know you're going to win again, and you're so young, but do you start to put maybe a little bit more pressure on yourself, or is there like almost a feeling of relief that, yeah, I can win again?
Yeah, you know, early in my career, I was winning like twice a year, and then the pandemic kind of put a little bit of a stop to that. So yeah, when the wins are kind of far apart, it does mean more when you get another victory. And this one, I guess, was just a little over a year, but it does feel like a long time, I guess, when you're used to winning a little bit more consistently. So it feels great, and I just want to hold on to this a little bit longer. But I'm really looking forward to the upcoming schedule. You know, Meyer next week and women's KPMG PGA in 2 weeks. I've won that too. So 2 weeks in a row, I've also been a past champion. So I'm looking forward to getting back to those events and hopefully putting in some solid rounds and putting myself back in contention, because I love being in those final groups on the weekend. And that's the goal moving forward.
Thanks.
Any other in the room?
I just wanted to ask you about your sister caddying for you. I spoke to her, and
There you
I spoke to your sister about her caddying for you, and she said you rarely have disagreements and things like that. And I was just wondering, you know, how her relationship with you, you know, transferred into such a big win today.
Yeah, absolutely. She's amazing. You know, she works so hard and does pretty much everything for me, which is really great. And, you know, out there, yeah, we get along so well, you know, on and off the course. So out there, we're able to work through a lot of, you know, when adversity comes up, you know, we're able to work through it really well together. And I think trust is a big thing. And, you know, just knowing she's always there for me, and she's going to try her very hardest, whether we're just trying to make the cut or when we're in the final group on Sunday or when we're making a climb like we did today. You know, she's always going to be there. And it's been a lot of fun to have her on the bag for the last 7 years, I think. It's been a great relationship, and hopefully she sticks around a little longer.
Megan, can I just
Yes, of course.
I just you had to Brooks have to switch your driver when, you know, and also your putting grip. You drove the ball great. Could you just talk about going through changes like that when you've been so successful and now you know you're kind of tweaking a little bit, or maybe more than tweaking?
Yeah, the driver is very unfortunate that I had to switch. It's been a lot of extra hard work that I've had to put in, you know, a lot of extra testing and trying to get the right thing. About I guess a month and a half ago, I switched again to a new shaft that has been working great. I'm really excited about it. I feel like I've gotten a lot of my distance back that I lost when I had to make the switch down to the shorter driver. So that's really exciting, and as you mentioned today, it really worked well for me. So that's really good moving forward. And, you know, the putting, I'm always trying to, you know, figure it out, trying to be a little bit better, a little bit more consistent. The girls out here, they're amazing putters, so unless you continue every day to try to get a little bit better yourself, you're going to fall behind. So the left-hand low, this would be the first win I have with it. I have used it on and off a couple years ago, so to have it work and get my first win with that is pretty exciting. And that's a lot to do with my dad, my coach, and sister Brittany, who's caddy, just always trying to help me improve just a little bit so that I can compete more consistently.
All right, I'm going to go to the Zoom. Keely, I know you have a question. If you'd like to unmute yourself, please.
Yes, thank you. Brooke, congratulations.
Thank you.
You were talking about how you were kind of on a roll of winning multiple times in a season, and then 2020 going winless. I'm curious if that has made you kind of appreciate the wins more now that, you know, you've had to experience a season where you haven't won.
Yeah, for sure. I've always loved a victory and never tried to take them for granted. But, you know, with the pandemic in 2020, I only played 10 events, and I think I had 6 top 10s, but no victory. And so that was a little bit of a, it shook the confidence, you know, a little bit. I was really grateful to get my 10th LPGA Tour victory in LA last year in 2021, pretty early in the season, so that felt nice. But, you know, since then I've just been kind of trying to get top 10s and trying to put myself back in contention. And it's been a really solid start to the year this year. And it just felt like the win was right around the corner, but it wasn't really coming as quickly as I would have liked. But to get it here is awesome. And like I said, you're just really looking forward to the rest of the majors this year and the rest of the events coming up.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, I just have a few questions from PGA.com. One of them is, you know, you talk about some of the changes you've made in your game recently. What are some of the drills that you've been working on recently, or another part of your game that you think really clicked today and this weekend?
A lot would be with the putting. You know, ball striking, most of the time I'm pretty consistent and, you know, pretty high up in the stats with ball striking. So always just trying to keep that really consistent and, you know, improve on it slightly. But the biggest thing for me is short game, and it has been since I came on tour. You know, as I mentioned, you know, the girls are so talented out here with putting that unless you're getting better like almost every day, you're gonna fall behind. So yeah, just trying to, you know, work through a few things, especially like the short ones. Just trying to get confidence back. And, you know, this week and today I made a ton of putts, so that feels great. And just keep on doing what we're doing.
And then last one for me, but based on your performance this week, what's something that, you know, the average golfer can take away from your play to help with their own game?
Oh, interesting. I mean, have fun. That's always number one. But I feel like for me, I work a lot on ball striking because it puts me in good positions. And I feel like for the average amateur, you know, just knowing your distance of every club is really key. You know, just go out to the range and shoot a few things with your laser and see where the ball's landing with each club. It just helps, you know, a lot. And I work on that, you know, every single day. And Britt's out there always on the range, you know, making sure that I'm hitting my numbers. So I feel like that's a great thing to work on. And then you can always, you know, have birdie looks or par looks and whatever you need.
All right, I will do one last call for questions here on the Zoom. Because if not, I think that will do it for us here.
Nice.
Thank you, Brooke. Congratulations on a great win.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, here we go. Hey, Brooke, congratulations. What a day to get your 11th win. The Canadian Open's going on here. It's a great day for Canadian golf, but how does it feel to get this one coming off a little bit of the layoff, and some people were asking some questions? How good does it feel to get this one?
It's super exciting to get my 11th LPGA Tour victory. It's super cool, and as you mentioned, the timing's pretty cool. The Canadian Open's going on up north, so I feel like the Canadian fans will definitely really love this. But yeah, it's just great. You know, I'm feeling a lot healthier and a lot better, and I definitely needed the time off. But coming back, I feel like my game's in a really good spot, and to get the win today is just really cool.
What would you say was the key today? I mean, the Bogey 364 is pretty impressive. A playoff with a sensational second shot. Was there something that stands out about this victory?
You know, coming into today, I was hoping for a playoff, but knew I'd have to make a ton of birdies to even get close. So just tried to climb up as much as I could, and, you know, was 5 under through the first 9 holes, which was great. 2 more birdies on the back, and a nice par save on 17. So that felt good too for the nerves to kind of settle in. And you know, going into 18 in regulation, it was nice to just get a 2-putt birdie there, and then was hoping for the playoff and got it. And, you know, just going out, I knew I had one opportunity to win, so just tried to make quality golf shots and walked away with eagle, so it made it even better.
Describe that second shot for us, because that's a pretty sensational way to play in a playoff.
Yeah, thanks. I was definitely trying to make eagle or give myself a good look for one, and kind of put the pressure on a little bit. So I was really excited when Britt was like, "That's amazing." And I was like, "Okay, must be pretty good then." And I walked up, and yeah, it was very close to the hole. And, you know, to make that putt and to finish in style really means a lot, and gives a little bit of an extra confidence boost. But, you know, 11th victory, and here at ShopRite, where there's been so many amazing champions in the past, to have my name etched in history with them is pretty cool.
You have a busy schedule coming up. Do you seem hoping for more wins as you get rolling on this busy stretch on the LPGA Tour?
For sure, you know, Myra next week where I'm past champion, and then the week after at KPMG where I'm also a past champion. So 2 great weeks coming up, and then we'll have a little bit of time off before I head over to Europe for 3 weeks. So just really looking forward to the rest of the majors this year, and you know, hopefully putting myself in contention as much as I can, and getting into those final groups.
I'm going to give you the coincidence of the day today. In 1968, the RBC Canadian Open was held at St. George's Golf and Country Club. And on that weekend, Sandra Post won the LPGA championship, beating Kathy Whitworth in a playoff. Here we are, the RBC Canadian Open is back at St. George's, and Brooke Henderson wins in a playoff. Is that a little freaky?
That's super cool. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, it's cool to have history like that, and maybe it was meant to be.
Congratulations on number 11, Brooke. We'll let you go.
Thanks, Bobby.
Hey.
Hey, Adam.
Adam, just so you know, I'm gonna record on here, and that way I'll be able to send the link to you when it's finished processing.
Okay, amazing. That sounds great.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna record.
Brooke, way to go. Amazing. So
Thank
good.
you. Thanks so much.
I'm gonna record now.
Recording
Okay.
in progress.
Okay, perfect. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're here with Brooke Henderson, who has won for the 11th time on the LPGA Tour, taking the ShopRite LPGA Classic in a playoff. Brooke, let's just sum up your emotions right now. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks so much, Adam. I'm just super excited. Win number 11, that's pretty crazy and super exciting. And today I was just trying to go out and make as many birdies as I could and climb the leaderboard, and happy to get into the playoff, and very happy to come away with the victory.
Brooke, obviously, you were at home recovering a little bit from an illness. You had missed a few cuts coming into this week. How satisfying is this victory?
Yeah, you know, it's super awesome to be healthy again, and feeling better. And, you know, I needed that time off to kind of recover, and then, you know, get ready for the upcoming stretch. So it feels great, you know, to get the T15 last week at the U.S. Women's Open, make a huge climb up on the leaderboard on the weekends, and then to come in here and kind of steal the win is pretty special. And I feel like my game's in a really good spot, and ball striking is good, and putting's a lot better. So things are looking up, and you know, hopefully just continue a strong run of events here the next few weeks.
Because you were a little bit farther down the leaderboard than maybe you would have liked heading into Sunday, did you feel like you got to play a little freer today?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I was just trying to go out and make birdies, and you know, starting the day off with a birdie on 1 was huge, and then you know, 5 under through the first 9 holes was really exciting to see my name just kind of leap people and keep moving up. Was fun, and you know, I didn't make as many birdies as I would have liked on the back 9, but definitely clutched to make the 2-putt birdie on 18 to get into the playoff, and then you know, to go into the playoff and sort of finish in style with that eagle is definitely cool, and it reminds me a lot of my Sahali victory, which is also pretty special.
Well, Brooke Henderson, Canadian, the 11th time you've won on the LPGA Tour. Congratulations.
Thanks, Adam.